Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. We'll chat a little bit. I don't think tonight will be a super long stream since I just wanted to showcase something. But maybe towards the end, after we do the experimental part of the stream, maybe I'll do a couple runs. My plans got moved from Monday to Wednesday, so there'll be no Wednesday stream. So let's hop into PSO, which I've been trying to set up in the background. Ooh, it's previewing on the wrong one. That's what I was worried about. Looking to see if I could get it to focus on the correct one. Maybe I gotta switch scenes. That is really unfortunate that that happened. I can't tell if that's the right one. That is the right one. There we go. At least I could swap between the modes, I suppose. But anyway, I wanted to showcase a little bit of a run that I was doing with multi-client. I'm focusing on kind of improving the run in terms of where I've gotten it up to after a couple of attempts. Maybe this will help people, maybe this will inspire people. Who knows? But anyway, I got the RN squad here. So what I'm going to do is the goal is to hard carry as one character while everybody just eats up all that delicious XP. So I was trying to think of like the least amount of movement I have to do with the other character accounts to make it worth it. So I'm going to start off on normal since everybody's level 1. And with the way that I have it set up, I actually don't need to ever gear the other characters. Just really, really nice. So basically all I'm looking to do is I'm just rearranging stuff since unfortunately I had to shuffle it around just then. My goal is to basically just kind of cycle through the other characters as quickly as possible, win the game. I don't think it super matters who joins first. Just here to showcase that as long as they're here, they're here. Our goal is just to make sure that I can swap between these. Unfortunately, this is before I just moved them due to the weird issue earlier. There we go. In a little different order than I thought, but that's fine. So I think Massive Attack might actually be better than CCC if you take advantage of very specific warps. So I'm playing around with this set of warps. Maybe it'll change in the future. But the big issue with this quest is that you can see there's a lot of movement that has to be done between the characters. But I've learned that there's actually a couple points I could put a telepipe down and really, really, really greatly reduce how much time is needed here. So I'm going to tell the person to wait here. And my goal is to basically line them up with the character I just placed on screen. I'm going to slowly take each one character over there, one by one. I can actually have them just immediately use the console, even though they're not looking at it properly, which is very funny. The console usage is a suggestion. I love that your back could be completely turned away from the console, but if you looked at it initially, you could still activate it. I want them all to be roughly together. This is just for stacking purposes. It just adds to consistency. Fortunately, one of my controls is still a little weird, but it's fine. We'll deal with it. So from this point forward, once they're all stacked, my goal is to put a telepipe under them, but only after I've done the console. I'm gonna make sure that they're all neatly stacked. Now I can set it up if I want to. I guess I could do it later. So now they're there for the future. I don't have to worry about them for a little bit. So the goal is actually just to clear the entire surface. So everything here, you're going to hear the level up sounds. So you'll hear that they're getting XP. But the goal is to actually just clear the entire initial area until a specific part. So right now they're still getting XP. I can walk away. I could get a Rappies Bee because, you know, get casual value, I guess. I'll go back for the Rappies Bee. But from the standpoint of the run, they are basically never going to enter combat in any realistic time frame. I'm not sure why I have armor on me. It's actually throwing me off. Why do I have all this stuff on me? What is all this? I must not have moved something before starting stream. It's kind of annoying. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. So the goal is to clear everything here. So all these Yowies that we're about to kill, all of these still give XP, as you can hear probably. And then our goal is to go over here. So these enemies, despite seemingly being multi-screens away, still give XP to the group. You'll hear them level in a second. Yeah. That one was kind of surprising. So from this point onwards, the upcoming wave, I'm not going to worry about the XP. I found that it is not worth my time swapping characters to get these rappies. I'm just saying I could skip this wave the fastest, therefore I don't care. So yes, they are missing XP here, but it's whatever. It's better just to do this, and I'll explain why in a moment. All this XP doesn't count towards them. You can hear they're not leveling. I clear it out. And then what I want to do, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take the warp. And the benefit of doing 4C compared to the other ones is I can actually move pretty close to the enemy. In fact, I want to see the wiggled arms. Okay, so wiggled arms tells me I've walked far enough. Now, every other character is going to take the warp. You can't see it, but you can maybe hear them taking it, and they're now going to wait. So all of them are now waiting at that other warp. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Ryuker. I'm going to take a little baby step forward just because. I don't think it's needed, but I'll do it anyway. Now I'm going to have them all take the warp, one by one. Even if they notice me, it doesn't really matter. So now, the entire rest of this area, I don't have to move them. They're actually close enough that they still get the Dwarfod XP. So I missed like a little bit of XP, but it also saves me a telepipe in movement. And like, as weird as it would be in like a multiplayer game, you'd be like, why would you stand back that far? You want the XP. In multi-client, it wastes like literal minutes to move some of the characters. So the less I have to do that, the better. So they're going to continually gain XP here. All of them are at, I believe, the same XP total. Right now they need 4 XP to level, so next kill should reduce the level up. We'll hear that in just a second. So from this point, it doesn't really matter what I do. If you're feeling paranoid, you could pull the Dwarfons closer to the south if you really want to. I don't think it's ever mattered. Because they all have taken the warp, they're all consistently gaining XP, which is the huge thing. So because they're all at the same spot, I don't have to worry about like somebody not getting XP because I'm manually moving them. Kind of a good feeling. I don't have to worry about enemies attacking them, hear them leveling even though they're hilariously far away from the combat. The XP field is very generous. I might push it a little bit more to see if I can improve it. But right now, this is like, I only need 2 warps to complete the surface. To me, that's kind of worth it. Like, okay. I can live with getting a slightly less XP on like 1 clear. If it means I don't have to move them like 4 times or whatever. Did a good poem merge on, I was wondering what was happening. Hear them gaining XP as we talk. And shockingly, even the kills over here give XP. So they're at 422 to next level, 383 to next level, 344 to next level, 301 to next level. They're still gaining it. I mean, if you want to, you can pull the AntaresConvoy over here if you're feeling paranoid. I don't think it matters. 258, 215, so that one last kill counted as well. I'm gonna go ahead and stack the Koei here. You hear them leveling off the Dwarfons. All I'm gonna do is this. 887, 626, and 539 is their final XP total. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to take the red ward. I'm going to make sure not to telepipe. I've done that before, and I kick myself every time I do this. When I get them close to the door, you're going to have every other character now take the board. I'm going to start moving them over there, so you'll just have to trust me, because you can't see it in the current setup. But you'll see them in just a moment. So now I have them all lined up on the warp, and I probably want them like here-ish. Not like an exact science. 4 frame is probably good enough. Because, believe it or not, underground, they still get XP in the next room. So I'm going to clear this room, and I don't have to move them again. So again, the less you move them, the easier it is to clear it. And thanks to Gafoi merge, I should be able to instantly kill these Rappies. They don't lose any experience there, normal. Then move forward. They're at 220 to level. Kill 256 enemies. Really great for unseal, by the way. They're now at 10 XP to level. Next kill will level them. For them leveling. If I want to, I can stack some Gafollies and walk towards the corner of the room. Good. There we go. I don't know if the furthest Rappy counts as XP. They did count as XP. So even those Rappies there counted. Crazy. The XP range is like so deceptive. Like, I'm now multiple screens away, they're still getting XP. Which, I don't know about you, I didn't realize it would catch it from this far. Like, I'm not even remotely on the same map as them. I'm like 2 rooms away. They're like at least 2 mini-maps away from me. Crazy. See how far... Welcome, Kraken, hope you're doing well. Also, I forgot to restock, which is convenient, because I'm going to be telepiping anyway. Hi. So, I didn't experiment with this. I'm going to assume this doesn't work, but I'll come back later if it doesn't work. So, the warps in here, I do have to move them, because this is pretty far away. Now my goal is, welcome to track. I'm going to stand on the doorway, and just like before, get the warp, get the warp, get the warp. I'm going to warp here. I'm actually going to go back, which is obviously not efficient. I prefer not to do that, but my inventory is so cluttered that it is actually interfering with my run because I can't pick anything up. I'm going to put away the 2 cookies and 2 photon drops I got while doing this, which, again, I don't really understand how that happened, but it did. I'll worry about the club transfers later. Whatever. We're just going to briefly restock. I could show you them all just kind of scattered around there. Happens because you're in Value City, I think so. I was like, man, this is annoying. Oh, I bought moons. I don't need to worry about it in this run. But you can see, like, they're level 14. They haven't done anything. There's, like, at no point has the enemy ever been able to do anything to reach them. And that will continue being the case for quite some time. The only thing it costs you is a lot of Trifluids. It's okay, nerf CCC. Unfortunately, because I took the warp, I have to re-telepipe. That's fine, it just gives me an opportunity to just move them in one by one. I just want to showcase to you, like, how dumb the XP range is. Which might get the XP range nerfed, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, we're now going to come into this room where it's a reasonable XP pool. But again, my findings have been every time I think it's at its limit, it's not. So this telepipe is necessary because they can't get it from where they are. I think the distance is about 3 mini-maps. If I had to give you an approximation, it's about 3 mini-maps. But then there's weird things where the walls block it. So I think it has to draw an uninterrupted straight line between them and the target. Maybe, my best guess. I could be very off. As you can see here, like, I'm pretty far from them at this point. Rest of CCs are learning CQ data and waiting for some test for under test mine for testing quest when probably going to be on new temple quests. That's good. Hopefully there'll be new temple quests. I'm just gonna clear this as normal. You can probably hear them leveling. You can go over the music. Right now they're at 1380 the next level. They're all level 15 collectively. And because again they're all taking the warp, it lines them up. I don't have to worry about one being desynced and me doing more quests. The only time for desync is literally that console at the beginning. Which is why I just use a visual cue to kind of group them together. And now here I'm going to test something. So I will check right now. I don't think I have to warp them for this room. I will tell you in a moment if this is true. They are still receiving XP in this room. Isn't that wild? Why are they getting XP from there? They get XP from there? They get XP from that too? Okay, whatever. You're going to hear them level soon then. Level up. Oh, one more kill, one more kill. Unless the Skirtaboo lose out of range, then I get trolled. They're at 40 XP to level, collectively. Let's listen. And they've now all leveled. So originally, I was going to move them, but apparently that's not needed. So okay, we're gonna experiment here. Normally I would have put them at the other door and then walked in here. Do they still get XP from here? Let's find out. They are still receiving XP from that doorway. Really? Why? Okay. Brain exploded. Would you have thought you can get XP from there? Look how... I guess because they're technically closer, because we wrap closer? Is that what it is? The straight line is close enough? That's, like, actually madness. Like, I'm so many, like, progressive rooms, but maybe because the room bends in on itself, they still get the XP, which is really hilarious, by the way. They just got full XP here. Okay. Now, here's the other fun one. So, chat probably remembers this final room being kind of a doozy, right? I mean, there's gonna be spawns all over the place. But, this door is exactly where the final wave is. So I just need to walk them over there, and I'll be fine. I'm gonna put down a little happy Ryuker. Tell them to come in. And because this red door is the same door that I'm about to warp to, at no point in this quest could they ever be hit. Look at this. All this is XP for them. You're gonna hear their level up soonish. They're at 417 to next level. Those warm-up mop-ups in the desert become prime leveling grounds? Maybe. Let me getting pulled in. Get out of here, Gertabulu. I like how jank it is to stun lock them, because it expects you to cast so slow with your bad techs. When you have fast techs, it just doesn't work properly. They're 166 to next level. They're literally 1 XP from leveling. That's a crime. That's a crime to be at 1 XP. It's like a 4x4 in the grids. That's a good point. So the grids might be good. The reason why I like this one is, reminder, they don't approve of you getting the quest rewards on multiple accounts. So just remember, if you do this, do not collect the quest rewards. I usually lobby before I hand in the quest with the other accounts, and I'll do the same. I just want to make sure... I mean, this character put in the work. Listen, he's playing multi-mode. I'm going slower than normal. This should be fine. All I'm doing is giving the XP over. That's all I want with them. They don't have to pick up any items. They don't have to see what the enemies look like. They're still getting XP. They need 659 to level for chat clarity. They need 419 to level collectively. 286, 106. Expect to carry level up on this wave. There we go. And we're gonna go clean this up. So they're all level 18 on 1 quest. I think chat would agree. Pretty good on XP week. Pretty good. Finish that guy off. Now I'm at 1904 to next level. All I gotta do is just a little bit of surface again, and I might not even need to move them before they level. Alright, so to be in compliance, I will now lobby everybody, so chat will witness that is what I'm doing. It's fair. Not getting a quest reward with them. Lobby out. And now I'm gonna get my quest reward, because this character put in the effort. Would it be possible to hunt Yash's pink second? Oh, you're talking about the temple quest. Maybe. Alright, so he's not the only one in this quest. He's the only one getting the rewards. Got my tickets. Hand in the quest. We're gonna do the same thing again. And we're gonna do normal again. I'm just gonna wait near the counter. I'm just gonna come in. Obviously, without doing a password, that saves you time. Hopefully our game remains at the top, or else that also kind of sucks. A little slow here just to make sure. I did have somebody make a game in between. I was doing this the other night and was like, oops. That was awkward. Or not the game I'm looking to join. Anyway, we're gonna do the same thing. Yeah, it's possible some of the, like, War of Limit RBRs could open up in the future, but for consistency, I don't think this one's that bad, and I get the tickets. So I should hopefully only have to teleport them once. So I think by the time I kill Crater Interior, I should be good. I'm gonna do the same thing, so I'm just gonna use the console. It's gonna be my visual cue. Do the dialogue I have to confirm on. Runs first perp, second ping, third Verdia. The slash lobby meta is real. Definitely with the ID swaps. We're gonna line you up here as well. And again, I'm not like the most proficient at swapping between the clients, so like obviously there's a lot of room for optimization. But I think chat would agree that was pretty easy. Like I barely had to move them at all. Like 2 times above ground and underground. A massive time save compared to where we tried it before. I think we had like 6 warps before, so that's almost like a whole 2 minutes removed from the run to make it more viable. And I don't have to worry about them getting hit by the final wave. So before, I'm just kind of wedging them in here. Put down a Ryuker for them later. That is the most crucial thing to remember, is the Ryuker there. Technically, you could teach those characters Ryuker and give them telepipes, but I feel like that's just a waste of time if you're going to do this for multiple characters. Oh no, not a magical journey side path. I don't want to go on more of those. Mine material, I gotta go back for value. Oh, episode 4, you don't have to give me more value. So, I kind of like this quest as an alternative, because CCC obviously is drop disabled. But, you know, I could still get materials, because it's, you know, one shared drop pool. It's not like all 4 characters have different drops. I don't have to worry about that. And it slowly contributes to tickets, as long as I lobby out and respect the rules. This is fine. Again, these characters should level here. I killed the Astarks. They're at 154 to level. Ooh, one character was actually out of range there. Oh, that really sucks. I desync them. That is so unfortunate. One is off by 25 XP. Wonder what the difference was where they stood there. So it is apparently kind of finicky there. I'll have to do a better visual cue, so that way they don't all lose XP. I mean, fortunately, it's just 25 XP, so it's not the worst. I lost 1 Astark of kill. Like, whatever. They added the labyrinth rooms to make them so wide the camera actually works. Not any labyrinth anymore. Alright, don't do what I did in practice, which is warp before all my characters took the warp. In fact, preemptively, I'm just gonna do this. Just take the warp. I'm trying to see if there's a difference to what happened with the first. I guess he just wasn't far enough forward, so maybe I just didn't touch the post. I think that's what the problem was, for clarity. But as long as he touches the post, it's fine. As I said before, it's not super finicky about this. World's slowest enemy is never gonna hit me. Yeah, he's just off by 1 kill, but that's fine. Worst thing that happens is I gotta go underground, and that's just a lot of free XP. Prefer to end on surface here for ad slot checks, but if all of them don't level anyway with the new setup, then that's fine, because the underground room will definitely level them. Right now they're either 746 from leveling or 1875. I think they missed actually 2 Astarks then. Should otherwise be good. But we're getting a whopping 18 XP a second. What a world. I love that swapping Burgess causes the Lame to Argent to calculate correctly too. I'm learning so much about this game. Nothing said should really work that way. Just how it works. If you swap merges, the game calculates correctly, chat, by the way. It doesn't disable my lane. But I've learned that as long as I quick swap there, when I use a tri-fluid, it won't unequip my aim. So anyway, this game is jank. Wasn't clear. We're just living in a weird world. I'm gonna figure out the rules slowly. Go back to a good Bowie merge. That way I can now try fluid if I need to. They're at 462 and 591 respectively, so unfortunately if you do have that one thing happen, it actually forced me to go further, but fortunately they should level on this, so I think even with missing that one batch of Astarks, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so this wave will level them regardless. Okay, so I think even if you miss the Astarks, there's enough enemies here that all of them hit level 20. So I don't technically have to finish this run, but I'll finish it for the sake of just getting an ad slot. I'm here, I might as well check for it. I earned the right to check for that ad slot, chat. I don't understand. We're doing a real hunt right here. It's right here. I might as well check them. Plus, this is just free XP, which helps their weird XP anyway. So anyway, if for some reason, I guess if the AstarCs get desynced, you have these Dorphons to resync you. Now we just slash lobby. Super important to not hit quit game at any point, because then you have to relog in with all these character counts, and it is the worst feeling in the world, chat. Let me tell you. I also did that in testing, and I was like, man, why did I do that? Don't understand. Yeah, if there's a way to go back to the character select, chat, let me know without going to quit game, because quitting to main menu is actually really terrible with multi-client. You have to redo the passwords if it wasn't the last one you logged in with. Just you can imagine it's awful doing that for like 3 characters. So we're gonna move them all close. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna choose to swap him to RemoteBattery here. As I said before, I'm still kind of figuring out like the AstarC distance to make them not lose it. I thought it was just wedge yourself against the gate, but it's apparently very finicky. Let's see if this works. But yeah, it's kind of wild that just that little bit of placement works. So maybe they were just too close, like they were like on 8. Maybe this will be fun. Find out collectively. I mean, if they're all, I would rather they all be inconsistent. I would rather they all be wrong than someone have a gap. Do you know what I mean, chat? It's all part of the learning experience. That seems pretty lined up with the other characters. So we're level 20, we never fired a shot, we never gave them mags, we never taught them anything. A little worried that won't count. We'll find out though. Eager for them. What is invisible instant work points? Imagine that on temple mazes. I don't want to imagine that on temple mazes. Please don't give ideas to other people. I don't want to see those. Right now they're all collectively leveling, which is nice. I'll make either 3108 for the people that didn't miss it, or 3227 for the person that missed it once. They are now at 924 or 1053. That missed the S-Star. Hopefully we did not miss anything up here. I'll find out in a moment if they get really kooky. These people are at 620, one's at 749. This looks good so far. We're always here, just up. Well, they're all leveling in unison so far, but the moment of truth is the AstarC here. It's that one that's all the way over there. So if I let him walk, I guess that avoids that issue. Alright, so they all got the XP there. I guess that was the visual cue. I go slightly to the right. Just because the AstarC is further right, I think. Yes, they're all synced still. So maybe that's the visual cue. Slightly to the right of the laser gate, just because they need to be further right for the AstarC. Something about the way it draws the distance, or literally it's like the absolute pinnacle max distance it can achieve. Where it actually matters where you put them there. Here, nobody's getting XP. Do what you will with this area. Okay. I'm gonna tell myself out loud to please do not work before they have worked, or I'm gonna get very mad at myself. EJ says, I just got here. What's the mission with multi-accounts? So we're leveling multiple characters simultaneously. The goal is to find like a consistent way that doesn't warp a lot, that lets you level multiple characters in a fairly safe manner. I think the goal is to at least let them wiggle. In fact, I could probably afford to go slightly closer, but I think it matters. I think as long as you do the same movement I did, it should hit everything. Everybody's now here. Excellent. Moving spaceship is bad with 4 clients at the same time. Yeah, I am. Yeah, client was just... CCC was just awkward on hard mode. It was actually fine on normal. If you just want to do normal that way, it's not terrible, but... hard mode, we saw was a big problem. I did not like how inconsistent that felt. Where this is free. You just have to be able to clear episode 4. Not most difficult challenge. Actually, resetting 4 accounts sounds awful. I'm like, yeah, they're all just gonna sit there. Yeah, you can hear them leveling. For that delicious experience. Now, one thing I would recommend, which I'm not doing here, please bring more add-ups. I'm being greedy and playing with limiters named Argent, so you could definitely do more damage than me. I'm not playing this character optimally. I'm super greedy for value, chat. You don't understand. The greed is value. QB is annoying this start because you have to teleport more. I would agree. QB is annoying. So if like all you were doing was the first room resets, even then it's not good to reset the quest. You want to be in a quest for a long time without ever moving them or touching them. That would be the goal. So I think chat might have had the right idea with the maze quest. One of the War of Limit, it might be War Limits 5 where it's the big maze. I think that would mean you just have to warp them into the middle and then they just sit there and just make sure they don't get murdered by something. So it could be worth experimenting with that in the future. By the way, they're all gaining XP. You can't see it, but you just have to trust me for a little bit. They're at 1197 and 1326 respectively. We reset when we see seabed warp. Actually, seabed warp is not the problem. It's you have to warp them more than once, and then it's like you don't have a clean place to warp them with the murder flower. It's more like you have to be able to put them in a safe room. Kind of like where this quest, there's a big open hill where nothing targets you, so I can always put a telepipe there. 2B is questionable. I don't know if I'd have safety to do it when they go to the second path. So on the first warp, where you go in the long hallway and you first start fighting the miracles, there's nowhere to really put them. Yeah, seabed's fine. They could just literally wait in the beginning. Seabed, ironically, is probably the best area, because they don't even have to go into the, well, they don't have to go into the final room either. They just have to get close to it. So keeping them alive there is not a problem. But there's also just a lot of walking. They're all 24. They're all having a good time. You PvP chain with yourself. I don't know if that would be frowned upon or not. I mean, I literally don't even play them. They're just here for XP. It is the most literal intent of the power leveling is the exception until further notice. I'm not using them for quest rewards. I'm not going to use them for secondary ID swaps, which I doubt is legal to do. They're just sitting there enjoying their life as a collective. They have the hive mind over there. Clean up the zoo here. They're at 1042 for lowest XP. Yeah. I was trying to read more on the rules because I want to be as respectful to it as much as possible. So that's why I'm like purposely bailing on quests. Make sure that they don't get money and stuff like that. And I'm not using multiple PCs to like get around the drop system. I'm sticking it as literal as possible. So this should all be good. Okay. That. Forward, euchre. Have everybody come in. So you can see it's just nice and casual. I don't have to worry about materials. I could get them all to ultimate. So you have to think about it this way, chat. I could get these characters to ultimate, but like all these characters could be blue ID for chat, right? In the future. So we might make a Blue ID set, just so it'd be like, hey, I can now host like 3 Blue ID games, because it's funny. Yeah, like, I don't even want to play with it. Even if it was like for 500 Meseta, I'm like, I don't want to trigger them completing the quest. That's why I'm trying to play it as safe as possible. Ooh, I forgot these enemies don't die instantly on hard mode. Should've just Skipoi that, my bad. If I had Fire Scepter plus Skipoi equipped, I think that would have been fine. Without it, the damage is a bit dubious. Anyway, 98 XP for leveling, so you should hear level up sounds very soon. But I'm just showing, like, if you have a force, and, you know, plan on playing a lot of characters, I don't see why this would be a problem. Like, you can't carry yourself through very hard. That is actually just too difficult. But to get them to the Value City, you just want to make a bunch of Blue ID characters? Okay. I mean, downsides, you have to have multiple accounts, which is actually kind of annoying. But, like, plus side, like, now I don't have to worry about anything. So if you're also trying to figure out how to teach people to level with you while running, like, MA4C, I'm showing you exactly where they would need to stand. So you could tell them, like, for example, to avoid XP loss by just making sure that after the Yaoi wave is done, they wait by the gate or something like that. So it should help inspire at least, like, actual full party runs as well. Because I'm also seeing a lot of times I'm leveling people, and people are, like, running face first into Dorphon in 4C, and we really just need to be like, you literally could be in a completely different room to get the XP. Like, just enjoy the free XP, it's fine. You don't need to do anything if you are truly undergeared. So this should basically almost be like a tutorial for, like, how easy it is to give XP to people. Literally, frame, handgun, whatever, and they're only missing, like, I don't know, three small waves for just because I don't feel like controlling them, and maybe Astarks. Which is where you could tell them to be like, okay, now that you've killed the Yaois, wait at Laser Gate until fight over. You know, and then that way they would be guaranteed to get it. And then you don't need them to telepipe to you either. Just have them wait at the top of the hill. Stuff like that. I love you can still hear them leveling. I'm so sad. One of them's up by 31 experience, chat. It's so sad. I think as long as you have, like, a pretty good position here... I almost did the telepipe. I would have been so bad. Oh, what a time. I think as long as you just kind of... Maybe... Oh, I didn't mean to spawn up. Try it this way. Have them come through here. Door. Shouldn't be targetable. Fortunately, I spawned them a little early. I got a little too close to the door. Yeah, it's mostly ticket potential. That's what I'm looking to avoid. I don't want them to count towards maximum attack kills, so I don't hand in the quest, because I'm assuming that's how that works. They definitely don't get tickets, because they just lobby and end the quest. I feel like that's trying to be respectful of the server's rules. Can always be corrected if that is a misunderstanding of what has been written there. But from that standpoint, we have just easy clears. As we learned, we apparently don't really need to move them very much. So I'm just going to verify with that new placement if they're still getting XP. Because if they are, that just removes an entire telepipe out of the rotation. Which means it's just more you focused on doing a somewhat slower, but still safe clear for all those characters. Like, is this going to be useful for everybody? No. Is this useful to teach you how to help new players survive? Actually, probably yes. As you can see, you have a hilarious XP distance. Oh my gosh. Chad, can you imagine if I get a Halloween cookie before this run ends? I had that happen last night. I was just rolling my eyes. It happened twice on hard mode. So we know from last time, so they're at 685 and 814. They should still get the XP. So the only room that's in question is this room if they receive it. But I think we talked about last time they should get it. Yeah, you can still hear them leveling. Yeah, they're fine. Oh no, auto follow. There you go. They're still getting that delicious XP. That's one less telepipe I have to use, which means it just feels like a smoother run. Like, I can almost forget they're there when I'm doing this portion of the run. But obviously, without super demons or whatever, this is going to take a little bit. I think this might be more accurate, because not everybody is Slicer Fanatic. This would be kind of what you would be doing here. Yeah, I would recommend Cure Shock, because getting shot by those is pretty annoying. But again, I'm doing full greed with the double limiter there. The monster. They're now at 3542. They confirm they're getting XP. Hate when the Refoe whips because they pass you. They're now at 2996. The funny part is if rare enemies show up, it just speeds it up. Like, go ahead. I'm not worried. What are they gonna do? Now, items of interest as we play, we could get more Clever Laconiums for the forces. Kind of nice. Jaya from Zoo is kind of good. Can you believe that, chat? They're already 28. Should have scooped that Rappy, but I guess I should give them that XP. They're at 292 to level. And I'm gonna say it because otherwise I will forget. Do not telepipe when I get to the end of this card, or do not telepipe when I get to the end of this card, or do not telepipe. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have them enter the telepipe. Nice and simple. So we're getting kind of a consistent run here. Have them walk through. Now I don't have to worry about zoos popping up, or my elemental damage not being enough. If I clear slow, I have clearly a very generous time limit. The only downside is it does burn through a lot of tri-fluids. I'd recommend at least one TP reducer to do this quest, if not two. So Mother Garb would be a cheap option for players. At least get started with it, which I think is a more reasonable purchase. Otherwise, you probably just want to do Adepts and maybe Smart Link if you're trying to throw a Slicer Fanatic at the Gurdabulu. The Gurdabulu attacks so fast, or so slow, sorry. Basically doesn't do anything. Like, see how I didn't interrupt its attack there? I was too fast. Kinda sad. Anyway, we're gonna go back and when we go to hand in the quest, I'm going to get my tri-fluids back. So again, just remember, this equipment is not optimal. I'm a high level, but like 13, 18 MST is not high level. So you can very easily do more. They're at 2,836 to level. Yeah. Those guys. What we just do. Surprised that actually knocked me over. You see, I'm missing by 5 damage. I'm getting punished for my greed there, chat. We might do a more optimized run once we figure out the exact requirements, I would say, of like MST. I'm gonna say 1400 probably covers most of the thresholds. Also, me get these enemies, which is funny. Sometimes I do that just to meme on the Gurdabulu. Anyway, you figure you just want to unseal while creating characters. Maybe that'll apply to you. But it just showcases just how generous the XP thing is as you hear them level again. They're level 30 already during XP week. That was a beautiful stun lock. That's exactly what I want to see every time. It's taking it nice and easy. You see the 10s and 5s in there? If I had like 1350 ST, I think I would get through most of those barriers. Or just use the Fire Scepter. To do it for chat, meme good. Oh, I didn't meme. Didn't believe in the meme. Where was that beaconing? This starts to take a while on hard mode, which is grants. Oh, it's weak to lightning multiple times in a row? Really? Whoa, what is this? Why is that working? Whoa. The stun lock was going on forever. Wow. Is that just like the luckiest guess in the world? It was like lightning twice at least, and then it got stun locked. It's funny. Poor enemy. Oh, I wanted to kill with Megan. Got denied. Sad. Game denied. Lobby. 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 Okay. Only I am receiving the quest reward. I am scarily close to leveling up, which is kind of sad. My number of tickets is looking real close to max. So that's fun. I'm gonna get the fluids at the next quest. I think it takes me less time to just take my own telepipe. They're already at 30, so I might have to do 1 and like a quarter quest to level them. Oh no, there's another game above me. That is unfortunate. I gotta go slow here. It's not too bad, right, Chow? It's a lot of pressure on the Force to carry, but needless to say, Force carrying in episode 4, not really deterrent words. I'm just gonna say. It'd be like, oh yes, water is wet. Like, it's like, okay. Let's try to find a good position here. Be something like this. Yeah, oops all fire, pretty much, yeah. So you can see like where you would be able to bring in demons or swap items to do more damage. Just kind of a proof of concept. I think it's working pretty well. I think I said before, the goal is to be to the right of the post. Like, being back here sucks, don't do that. It's like here? Man, why is it being so finicky with me? These hitboxes are so terrible. We talk about this? Like, that fence was blocking me from character width from where it is. Hopefully that's a good position. The real time loss is dealing with the fence. Is that good enough? Let's see if the game gets cranky with me or not. I'm gonna put a telepipe down, and then when I telepipe another time, I'm gonna go collect some fine fluids, so that way I don't need to walk back. Again, I'm really shocked that I can activate the panel looking in that direction that far away from the console itself. It's certainly a thing. Swap items here so I don't lose my lane to Argent. Because, you know, that's still a thing I'm dealing with, by the way. We're living in such a weird world of stats right now. I almost forgot to re-occur. That would have been super bad. This is a recoverable mistake. That's a short distance. Doing it when you're at the laser gate is the worst. When I do this in PSO 0, the controller input works with fine, but only keyboard works on mine. That's not how mine works. I don't know, maybe because people are using emulator for their controller. I could tell you right now, it does not do that. I don't know if it matters if it's full screen or not. My games are not full screen. That I can't say. So right now I'm playing with controller. I'm not using keyboard. Ooh, try. Okay, they all seem to be the same XP so far. I mean, minus the one that was off. Lure this guy in just in case. Yeah, they're all getting it. But that looks like a good visual view down. Slightly to the right of the post is good enough. Yeah, I think a few other people commented they control both at once. Like, I know I'm not doing that. I think it is possible, because I know people have talked about that before, but they also, I think, play full screen, which I don't ever play full screen in this game, so plus I need to be able to look at chat and stuff like that, so I can't afford for it to be full screen most of the time. I'd like to not do that. Okay. So, let's work on... Not gonna use that warp to move them yet. I just want to buy the tri-fluid now before I do anything else. So I'm very close to leveling. They'll save me a tri-fluid. We're like 51 minutes in. It's not too bad. They're almost 40. Press forward. There we go. Love the top. My second monitor is just all the people staring off into the distance. Still see chat on the side. Now, if they were full screen, that would be doable. Either I'd have to kind of luck material. Either I'd have to just rapid swap, which seems like a pain. Just leave them where they are. Here for me. Here we go, chat. I leveled up on this character. You know what's sad? That MST might actually matter. For all the damage thresholds I was missing underground. So sad. Love the rappy sounds in chorus on my side. In the multi-box POV where you put the C-mode maps. I mean, we could do that. If we do this again in the future, like put chat's POV in the upper right. It's not a bad idea. Like, when I'm feeling more comfortable with the run, I would probably want to do that. Just watch them just stare into space. And chat's like, oh, that's like the average public game. Oh. Burn. Get rid of these guys. Bazooks. Oh, off by 8, really? Brutal. Only we had, like, any more MSC. MSC matters, John. I don't think 1450 is any breakpoints in hard mode, but 1350 definitely looks like several breakpoints to just not cast another spell, which by extension means that you're saving TP in addition to time. You use less tri-fluids. We'll do a quick check at how many things I've unsealed while doing this. Start stacking here. Oh, Yaoi was dead when I grants. That made me so sad. No rare enemy? Hi chat, I see how it is. Maybe it would speed up the run. I don't even care what rare enemy it is, I just want to see them. So sad. On the plus side, we can see actively how many things I'm killing as the timer ticks by. Stats. Oh, I saw Spirit Cannon. I always thought it said Caliber. Already at 5,000 kills on that? Wow, even with the D6? Nice. We'll take that, right, Chan? Spawn all the AAs there so you don't get them on the higher difficulty. Maybe. Oops. Rats there. Should kill them. Just see the chorus and level ups. I'm assuming chat hears all that nonsense when they level. Like, not the other things, but specifically when they level. It's so loud. Go over here. Probably close enough. Or the best part is while I'm holding still, I'm getting that TP back. How convenient. Look at that, I might cast a new spell. Oh, look at that. They have like a pixel of health. That's brutal. The level up, put them at 8. Brutal. What's my other slot? Oh, it's a... See, this is where I need a optimized unsealing mag. Once I get that mag from HellCleave feature, all over chat, then I can equip my X-Cal and be at max MST. So gross. You miss anything, Promethean? You're witnessing tomfoolery. You might notice there's other players in the game. Yes, get that beautiful XP. Oh, I spooked a Rampy by accident. XP loss. You're doing well, Promethean. Beautiful level. Just in case it hits them all, put the controlling mode. I think it's better if I have to really redo another quest. I'm okay with spooking the Rappies. They take forever to kill if I could want to not spook them. We taking advantage of not helping. Yeah, they're all asleep right now. They're just having a nice little stare off into space. Yeah, sadly, because it's XP week, we're not gonna get a lot of Jayas. I think we have to run clear. Don't tempt me, I would never. Oh no, Blue Dawn is directly communicating with the chat. It's becoming sentient. All over. You good? One day it'll work on stream. It only has a 75 EDK. It's actually not that high. Try one more time. Nope. Oh well. Now Demisms does take a while. My bad, chat. I have like what, almost a 25% chance of that working, and I did cast it like 3 times. Those is those. Don't tell it like now I can. While I'm messing around, I'm regenning TP. The first time ever it's useful to regen TP, right chat? It helps me cast the Ryu curse that I'm using here. That's it. Congratulations. Finally has a purpose for multi-clients. We did it, chat. We found the purpose. Oh, there you are. Grissom with 1 health. That is so tragic. Oh, we need another level up or a better mag. So sad. Hey chat, that's a big oof. Well, now you know the cutoff point is probably 1325. So if you manage to get to 1325, then those Mercies die over 1 less cast. They're already a whopping 34. imagine in the next half hour we'll be done with the run. So in an hour and a half, we'll get 3 characters to very hard, which is faster than me playing as each of those and getting carried. And it also doesn't rely on needing multiple people. Downside is that, generally speaking, if we have other people that need to level, we might as well just do it as a group. So if you're only going to do it for like one set of characters, I don't know if this would be worth it. But given that we're literally going to do this, I don't know, 20 plus more times, I'd at least like to get them to very hard mode. Normal mode is kind of whatever. Hard mode is okay. Ziggy and the Ziggy set bloodshed value city, pretty much. Yeah, sadly I can't hard carry solo very hard mode, or else I would probably just bring them into ultimate, honestly. Love that chorus of level ups and this thing. I need 8,151 to level. Just remember, I don't need to move them for a while. I don't think it's very finicky, unlike the beginning of the quest. Like, they still got all that XP from the Goron detonators. As long as the Gertabulu gets it here, then I'm really not worried. Like, this is probably the furthest enemy from them. They just got it. Otherwise, we're technically getting closer, question mark. Even though we're walking further. Yeah, so I think this is just a good unseal value for me. And again, like, once I get a mag fix, like, we're good. Just keep in mind, I'm using a mag with literally no MST. If I use one that even has, like, 45 mind, you already can see that without changing anything else, there's, like, at least 2 enemies, possibly 3, right? We need 1 less cast to kill them. It also means, you know, more general TP, obviously, from having higher MST. But then it also just means that you cruise control very well. So hopefully I need less tri-fluids overall due to the reduced number of casts that are needed. Again, I'm going to cast here, slowly restore my TP. Maybe it'll save me a tri-fluid at the end, who knows. We're gonna have a happy little camping spot right there. Already you can see chat. Sadly, no photon drops or anything yet. We did pick up a couple materials. And again, this run is not as hard as doing CCC. I mean, we're seeing some like junk rares, but we're preferring that to be photon drops materials. It is hard mode, so I don't expect to see it very often. Technically, we could get more Halloween cookies as we play here. Got one more big chance for them. Just gonna keep walking backwards. What can he do about it? Nothing. They're still absorbing XP. They should level soon. As long as I don't spook these, I think I'm okay. That was my big issue before. I do something like this, it should be fine. Ah, yes, the beautiful level up. Oh, is there a hurricane? Okay. Stay safe out there, chat. Multi-box cookies? I mean, I took a screenshot in Discord. I got 2 PD and 2 Halloween cookies doing this while testing this setup. And then we did an impromptu upgrade to the run, which was even better than what I tested last night. That's why I figured it's at least worth showing, because I mean, I think chat would agree. If you only have to move them 4 times, and at no point are you under any pressure, it's pretty easy. There's like tons of rooms up for optimization, especially how I'm doing Gertaboo. But like, just the work placement has been super nice. They're now level 36. One of the strongest hurricanes ever recorded. Interesting. Oh my gosh, I even got the stun lock? Oh. I feel like if I stay on that rock, it makes them teleport less. Because chat might remember, normally when we do that quest, they teleport everywhere is the most annoying thing ever. There's something about walking against that rock that stops the teleport. I don't know if it's because that's like their line of sight, because PSO is whacked with terrain, or what the deal is, but that rock is like the savior. So they're gonna be just shy of, I think, 37. They're already hilariously close. So we're looking at, as I said, maybe another 20 minutes. They'll be max, maybe 25, depending on how I menu here. They need 1377 to level, so they'll probably have to clear all of surface again. And maybe do Wrapping Room to level them? We're just guessing. I don't remember the exact totals offhand. I'm just going for a feel where I think they're going to level. Lightning is the most annoying one. I don't care about any of the other status ailments this thing does. So they're at like 774, which is good. We're going to lobby them so they don't get any rewards. Abide by terms of service. It's a burning you stand on, Rob. PSO doesn't make a lot of sense. Fuck his friend. I am hilariously close. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna complete this run, and then we'll maybe just cash in all these tickets. I mean, I'm almost at 255, but I'll probably make that part of a separate video. We need to cash in these tickets, chat. I have too many. Just quote me. Many. Get rid of them. Yeah, this run is guaranteed to level them, just where it levels them is the open question. I was like, please don't let another player make a game while I'm doing that. I've had that happen a few times. I think my favorite one was somebody was in a sandbox account on Block 2 last night, and I accidentally tried joining, and then it crashed the client. It just closed immediately. I was like, oh, that's really awkward. Because I've tried logging into games before, and it said the game does not exist, and it killed the client, like, instantly. So generally, it's been pretty good with it if I accidentally do that. But it is what it is. How am I doing Tri Fluid-wise? I have Schrodinger's lame in my hand. Okay, there we go. I made it real again. And we'll do this for a visual cue. Probably good enough. So I think the goal is to not be further left, because the goal is that you want to be to the right for the third Astark, the rightmost Astark in the group. Something like this will work. And like that's such an outrageous way to activate that console. You're just not even looking at it. Yeah. Well, try joining a sandbox game that then didn't exist, and it just hard crashed as soon as that happened. It gave me that little warning, and it just died right after that. It was a timing thing. I was like, oh, you've closed on me unexpectedly. How annoying while doing multi-client stuff. Otherwise, I don't think I've seen anything weird happen lately. I'll make sure to put a Ryuker down here, be responsible. 342 is the bottom X speed that is needed. You need 10,837 or 10,708 to level. It's pretty much all of surface to get 38. So I might as well just finish the quest at that point. I'll just lobby them once they hit 40. You can tell, chat, like, I'm just basically gonna complete another quest and they're leveled on XP week. I think chat would agree is fine. So in the next 10 minutes or so, they'll hit it at the current rate of progress. Yeah, it's not too bad. Warps being broken? I have no idea. It's a good question to ask. I have no interest in a challenge mode until event is over. It is kind of sad people would rather play challenge mode than the event, which I can't tell if that speaks to the strength of challenge mode or how bad the perceived value of Halloween Quest is. They don't want to just get free cookies by doing stuff they normally do. There we go, I hit the right one that time. You're doing it precisely when the event hit. Oh. Well, I don't know then. Could be an issue with the Switch. I need 5,000 XP to level. We've already gone up 10,000. Right where they start to notice us. I love them just spinning in circles. PSO pathfinding at its best, chat. Sega approved, Sega quality. Right, chat? What do we do? Just spin in circles endlessly. Getting there. We need about 3,000 to level. Zero XP at the top is at 14,000 at the moment. Should easily cover it. We'll say we never saw any rare enemies during our demonstration, but it is what it is. So, are we likely to get PDs? Maybe one through the entirety of the runs. You have to think the drop rate for photon drops is pretty terrible. We're playing outside of drop rate, so we have to get kind of lucky on Rappies, mostly. The Dorfons. Wouldn't mind another level Laconium underground, given that I need a lot to finish up the other forces. But that's kind of a slow burn. Like, I'm not going to be fighting balls with those characters for a very long time. So if I don't do it right away, it doesn't matter. Not like I'm not going to have like another 18 chances to get like 6 more level Laconium. The other one's off by 54 XP, so sad. They're 38 on surface, so they are 100% going to level before end of quest. But this is still counting towards their XP. There we go. I think what we'll do is we will cut the recording as soon as we finish our quest. And then we'll have another quest which is talking about, I guess, Anakin tickets. And then by then we'll figure out what chat wants to do with Halloween. And move forward from there. I'm curious how much value we're going to end up getting from doing all these tickets again. Right, chat? Actually monstrous amounts of value. 9,000 to level. Still very much in the early parts of surface. Fortunately, another tri-fluid drop, so I'm not worried about getting enough to grab that di-fluid. Unfortunately, difficulty does affect the efficiency of the di-fluid. It's kind of annoying. It is what it is. I wish they restored a percentage-based TP, like a flat amount plus TP. Base TP amount. 6,809 to level, 6,700. Here, but that's fine. want to use just enough TP that I can recover it when I go underground. Make it work while walking. Kraken says that and immediately just gets all Dark Flow users just unable to play the game. GG. It's over. They equip Red Ring. Game over. All the endgame PSO builds is invalidated. One change. Is a little greedy to move them that close, but it's fine. Ooh. Did you see the game think about that telepipe? It was like, oh, do I put that there, boss? There we go. I don't remember its base rate. It's probably something terrible. It's a rate that by the time you were that level, it is an absolute joke that they think that would suffice. Honestly, even just like 1 HP a second is still insanely slow, let alone like the 1 in 48s or whatever BS HP generates at. Oh, there's the Del Rappy. There we go, we're talking about you. Oh, give me an ad slot. Come to me. There we go, chat. Here's my chance at value. Everybody levels. Need 10,000 more to level. Rappy is worth 1,000. That's pretty big for moving that. Oh, I really didn't get ad slot there? That is actually unlucky. Big F in the chat. I failed the 50-50. Oh, the fail is real. Rip. We'll pick one of the characters arbitrarily to see how long it took to level them. They were waiting in lobby for like maybe a minute. Because I was setting them up in stream. I don't remember what order I did them in. I don't know if game time is counted when you're in lobby. Does chat know? Or does it only count when you're actually physically in a game? I don't think that I've ever played with that or experimented. Get rid of these. We're waiting for them. I feel like it's not quite equal to real time, so I'm wondering if it excludes lobby time or if it just excludes load times or something. Asking the real questions of PSO here. Really? Really not gonna ever meet it on stream? It's so sad. This chat, I'm landing it, it doesn't matter. It's so sad. I tried. Sadly, this is now gonna eat like 1,000,000 TP. So it's not gonna be a complete accurate representation. You can tell from the start of stream how long it took. I mean, we're at 1 hour 18 minutes since the recording started. If you count even the time that I was waiting in lobby during Let's Chat, they are nearly done. They need 4,000 to level. So I think I only have to teleport them one more time. They can all collectively game afterwards. Yeah, an hour and a half to our next speed week. They're very hard. I'll take that. Given it's all self-leveling and stuff like that, I'm fine with that. Even if it took an hour or 50 minutes to level a character, like, it would genuinely have to be roughly 3 times more effective and fast. And I don't feel like I'm going that much slower in the run. I mean, like, obviously Gerdabu is taking forever, but like, everything else in the run is fine. Use a little bit of time underground for not playing multi with it. But in the grand scheme of things, that's not going to save you 30 minutes. how few runs that we do. Let's get there. I love the Gifoli, just pushing through the other screen. They need 2,000 to level. I might as well just leave them there, at least until I clear the next hallway. So we'll say time very soon. We're at 1:20 since start of recording. Let's chat. I'm in lobby. It was literally setting it up during the let's stream start, so even if you want to consider that, I heard them all level. So in 1:20, or if you want to count the just starting time, maybe about 1:25. I was able to get the characters. I'm going to leave them there for a little bit longer. Just because I want them to eat that XP. Because there's no reason to not give them this XP. But I'm not going to move them to work them again. Right, chat? I mean, they might as well as level since they're here. They're not just fresh 40s. That 1 damage is so sad. So sad. What is this? Okay, is he at like 25 or something, Negan? Why am I missing this so often? Hold on a second. Is it 26? Oh, okay, that would explain some things. Since I'm like, there's no way this is 20% with how often I missed that. I don't believe. That makes more sense to me. Yeah, no God Tech and not 2829. It's a 8% loss, which is well under 20%. Yep, they'll just keep absorbing this XP. But I'm gonna slash lobby them in a moment. Hate that the dudes like slide forward and it causes me to whiff. That's like the only thing I don't like about the Rippo strat there. You're just like slightly too slow, it punishes you. Speaking of you're slightly too slow, that was annoying. I like that my Rippo didn't cast. I've had enough. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna button mash that. I'll get the frame perfect in there. Okay. I'm like partially level. The remaining characters, I can now put out of the game. If I can get them to quit out of the game with the current controls, I'm gonna switch over the controls. Count and quit. And do count and quit. And count and get stuck in a menu randomly. And quit. Okay. So we'll check what the timer is on the main account, but I'm basically done with them for now. Welcome back to Ray. Absolutely outrageous. How are we doing in terms of kill count? Keeping track. But otherwise, we're just gonna finish the quest because I want my tickets. Right, chat? I want my tickets real bad. Oh, we're at 6,000 already? Nice. Look how convenient that is. Oh my gosh, it finally worked. Thank you. Holy, that took way too many attempts. That was a good time save. I gotta follow so you can fix the 2, 3, and 4 yet. Yeah, there we go. See, chat, you can meme all over the Gertabulu. Just gotta believe. That was a real time save right there. That feeling when you could just use Hell to kill like everything here, even in multiplayer, is really funny. 75 EDK is actually not terrible, also to kill them. As long as you're V502ing. Without V502, I wouldn't recommend, but with V502. I got punished because I didn't two-shot them. So sad. Stop it. Go away, Marissa. Oh, it hit them, but it didn't trigger. So sad. casting too quickly on hard mode. See, this is like the timing for ultimate where you put a pause. You need to put like a really big pause for ultimate, or for hard mode. It's so sad. I'm gonna hug the rocks, stop them from teleporting. If they teleport towards me, that's fine. Like right here is where I want to be. See that? Now they're not moving. That's what I'm looking for. Poor enemies. What can they do, chat? I'm curious what the in-game timer is going to be. If it's over like an hour and a half, then I have no idea what it was recording. It should be like an hour. Even with waiting there, it should only be like an hour 20 something. Yeah, before they get the element, you just kind of loop them like that, which is really funny. What can they do? Oh, I tried to believe in being good. The only one I actually need to actively dodge is the lightning. There we go. Okay. Run over. We'll take a quick look, log into a different character. I'll just pick one arbitrarily. See, our ticket count is almost legitimately a cap, so not too bad. Didn't really find anything of value while playing, aside from a couple of materials, which is a little disappointing, but it is what it is there. It'll be 5 minutes, only tracks activity time. Can you imagine? They were all just sleeping in the corner a couple times. Yeah, we got all the characters leveled. We finished our runs. I'm almost at max tickets. Like the one guy, you came close. Nice try, random civilian. Maybe next time you can body block me. We sadly gained yet another level on this character somehow. I'm gonna let the game decide whoever it was I last logged in as and just check their time. Remember, it won't be the account we were just playing that it's gonna log us in as, which is what really throws me off. Like, see, now I'm the Force. Hate that. I hate that, chat. I'm like, that wasn't the username I logged on with this application. Oh well. What's the timer on it? Moment of truth. We have multiple level 40s. Hour 23, and that was with at least 2 minutes of me messing around after they leveled. Yeah, that's a pretty solid time. Obviously, lots of room for improvement with demons and actually using fire boosters. But you know, so just a little faster than the 2 hours and the 2:46. You can see we made some progress in cutting it down, so that's a massive difference. CCC was kind of brutal, almost at the 2 hour mark with this group. So, at least chat can see that there's definitely been an improvement in our multi-colliding. Anyway, I guess what we'll end up doing, chat, is we will take a small break. But I think from the standpoint of the video, before we cut it off for YouTube purposes, is that you really don't need that much MST. Looks like 1350s are really an important breakpoint just from testing. That breakpoint will be even lower if you're using a Fire Scepter. You could kind of emulate my Gafoi stuff by having a Fire Scepter. It'll just mean the breakpoints are higher. But clearly able to kind of reset, and not really that much of a problem, honestly, while unsealing. Good music right now, indeed. So we're gonna let Yakuza 2 play out the YouTube audience and say goodbye for now for YouTube. Oh, password incorrect. If you did watch to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next time.